Hey, this is Mad Movie Mark of the Mad Movie Mark Movie Review. Thank you for joining me as I review the 1925 horror, fantasy, silent film, The Phantom of the Opera. There's no reason to have that kind of reaction. I think this is going to be a pretty good review. If you're joining me for the first time, I am reviewing every movie that's on the 1001 Movies You Must See Before You Die list. The Phantom of the Opera stars Lon Chaney as Eric / the Phantom and Mary Philbin as Christine. Now, Lon Chaney was not only an amazing and gifted actor, he was also a well-renowned makeup artist and did all of his makeup for this movie. Now, what I really love about what he did here is that he didn't do his final reveal as to what his makeup looked like behind the mask until they were shooting the scene, and that way the actors and actresses saw it for the first time as they were shooting, so their reactions are real, their emotions are genuine, and I thought it was absolutely incredible because they do look shocked. They do look as if this is a deformed man that they're seeing for the first time, and his deformity is so bad that they don't know how to contain their wild emotions, and I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. What I also love about this movie that I had no idea existed was that part of it is in color. Now, I knew nothing about the Phantom of the Opera going into this besides the man with the mask, and the image in my head of what he looks like is completely different than what the image of this Phantom looks like, because I'm thinking of one that's from a much later time period. So I knew nothing about this movie. I certainly didn't know it was in color, and I wish they could have done the whole thing that way because the Phantom looks spectacular. Now, throughout the entire movie, he looks creepy. It's a horror movie and he looks horrific, and you really feel that he is this presence on screen, but colored, it's just so much different. It's so much more horrific. He looks like he's like a gothic devil, and it's so phenomenal. I wish they could have done the whole thing in color. But that being said, I thought this movie was incredible. I thought the acting was absolutely amazing. I thought the story was phenomenal. The set pieces are incredible, and the colorization in the middle was a surprise. I absolutely loved it. And the ending, a lot of these movies, they don't know how to end them, but the ending to this movie was perfect. Everything about this movie was absolutely perfect. I was completely blown away by it. So in the beginning of the movie, we have this opera house that is being passed on from one group of management to another. It's being sold, and the old management tells the new management, hey, just to let you know, there's a phantom in our opera, a ghostly being that haunts the halls of this opera house, and he is in box number 5, so I would not ever go into box number 5. Now, of course, the new management laughs this off like it's not a big deal, like, okay, you guys, we already bought the thing, you don't have to try to talk us out of it, like we own it, we're not giving it back. And you know, the old management doesn't think it's funny because they were being serious about this. So there's this girl named Carlotta. She is the singer of the opera house. She is the one who gives the performances. She is given a letter from the Phantom saying that Christine needs to be her replacement and that she can no longer sing the lead on Faust in the opera house, and if she does, grave things are going to happen. Now, back in Christine's dressing room, she hears a ghostly voice telling her that she must take over Carlotta's spot and that she must listen to her master, which of course is him. She explains this to her boyfriend, that she heard voices in her dressing room and that she has to take over Carlotta's spot, and that she thinks that her career is going to take off from here. And of course, he doesn't believe a lick of it and thinks that it's just someone playing a dirty prank on her. Now, Carlotta ends up playing the part of Faust. She ends up not listening to the ghostly figure. She just kind of brushes it off. Now, I will say that this ghostly figure is the Phantom, is someone that a lot of people in this opera house take seriously, but it's also someone that a lot of people don't take seriously. They think that it's just a rumor, that maybe he doesn't exist, though there have been sightings of him. People have claimed to see him, but it's the whole thing, if I've never seen him, he doesn't exist type of thing. So they just go about their lives and they just pretend like he's not there. So after Carlotta starts singing her performance here, a chandelier drops on the crowd and kills a bunch of people. And after this happens, you know, they start thinking, okay, maybe the Phantom is a real thing. Christine ends up going to the Phantom's lair through like a mirror, like a hidden mirror. And when she gets there, she meets the Phantom. He's playing like the organ, which is, you can't really trust musicians. My best friend dated a musician, like probably 10 or 12 years ago, and her father always said, "Daughter, you can't trust a musician," and he ended up being right. You couldn't trust a musician. But anyway, he's down there playing the pipe organ, and he's telling her that her career is going to take off and she has to listen to him, and he's like the new master now, and that they're going to be together forever. They're going to live this great life. She's free to come and go as she pleases, though, if she wants. She's not like a prisoner down there, but he wants to be with her forever. He's desperately in love with her. The only rule that he has is that she cannot take off his mask. Like, she can never see his face. So of course, right after he says this, the first thing that she does is she takes off his mask and she reveals his face. And after this, he says, "Okay, all those things I just told you, they're no longer on the table. You are now going to be my prisoner here. You can never leave." And she says, "Oh, please just give me one more chance to go up to that opera house and to put on a good song and dance number," like to sing. I also will say that there's, when he takes her to his lair, or when she's in the lair, like down in the bowels of the opera house, there's like a river, like a body. It's almost like if you're going on a gondola ride in Italy. I don't know what you call those, like bodies of water that the gondola goes through, but an aqueduct, I don't know. But he like takes her through this, which I didn't know opera houses had like water on the basement level. So that was, I've never been to an opera house. Maybe they do, but I was a little confused by that. But I thought it looked really cool. Like the whole movie looks exceptional. So she says, "Please just let me play one more time. Let me sing one more time." He says, "Okay, I'll let you sing. I'll let you go up there and sing." So there's like this ball that's going on, and during the ball, she meets her boyfriend Raul, and she says, "You have to help me. Like, I'm in this bad situation where I don't want to be with this Phantom person, but he kind of has this hold over me to where there's nothing I can do about it." And this this ballroom scene is also the scene that's in color now, which it looks absolutely phenomenal. The Phantom overhears what they're saying, and he goes, "No!" basically, and he kidnaps her again and takes her in his lair. Now, Raul is able to find that he finds a detective who I guess has been following the Phantom's movements throughout the years. Which I mean, the Phantom's clearly killed people throughout the movie, so I'm not sure why he didn't try to arrest him at any point. But he says he's been investigating the Phantom and he can take him to his lair because he knows where his lair is and all this stuff. So they end up going down to his lair, and Raul's brother ends up going down looking for him too, and Raul's brother ends up getting killed. While they're trying to find the Phantom in the lair, they end up getting caught in like this, I think it's like a room full of mirrors or something, and the Phantom sees them in his room of mirrors, and he ends up like lighting the whole, like putting on a bunch of heat, and they start burning basically to death. And the Phantom's like, "I will kill your boyfriend and the person he's with unless you agree to like marry me and never leave this lair and be mine forever." And she agrees to it, and then he like acts like he's going to save them, but then kind of doesn't. Anyway, while they're doing all this, an angry mob finds the lair too, and just like in like Frankenstein and stuff, the angry mob storms the lair, and he ends up getting out of the lair. But the angry mob finds him and kills him anyway, and that's basically the entire movie, is that he is stormed by this mob and he's killed by the mob, and she ends up going back with Raul. Now, that's the entire movie. I thought it was incredible. I love these silent films with these color lenses. They look fantastic. Especially, it's weird because with these silent movies, they're feast or famine. I feel like they're either really great film quality or they're just terrible film quality, and this is one of the ones that has been preserved really well. The film quality is absolutely amazing. The sound is perfect. It is heart pumping music, especially at the end where the chase is on and they're trying to kill the Phantom, and the Phantom is basically toying with his prey if he's going to kill Raoul or keep him alive, and the whole thing is tense and it's heart pounding and it's on the edge of your seat, and you think you know what's going to happen, but maybe you don't. Maybe they're trying to throw curveballs at you, and it's just so good. And the color scenes, especially the color scenes with the Phantom, are just incredible. I was glued to my screen throughout this entire movie. This is truly one of the classics. I think this is truly one of the greatest films ever made. It is a 10 out of 10 for me. It's no question. I was completely blown away by it. I thought it was masterful. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. 10 out of 10. I hope you join me next time when I review a movie called The Big Parade. Thank you. Have a great day.